The church doors flew open with a thunderous crack that silenced the organ's swelling melody, every head snapping toward the intruder like deer caught in headlights. There stood Alex Rivera, 28 years old and unapologetically alive, his white suit a stark slash against the autumn gold of the Ohio countryside, eyes locked on his brother Jordan at the altar. In that frozen heartbeat, the family that had buried him in whispers 5 years ago realized their ghost had come to haunt them, not with vengeance, but with a love they could no longer ignore. Alex's heart hammered like a war drum as he stepped forward, the gravel crunching under his polished shoes, the scent of fresh lilies clashing with the metallic tang of his own fierce sweat. He had driven 12 hours straight from Chicago, the city lights fading into cornfields that whispered memories of boyhood summers spent chasing fireflies with Jordan, before everything shattered. The guests murmured, a ripple of shock spreading like wildfire, but Alex's gaze never wavered from the man in the black tuxedo, his brother, the golden boy, now exchanging rings with Emily, her veil trembling as if it sensed the storm. Jordan, Alex's voice cut through the hush, steady despite the quake in his chest. You can't marry her without me here. Because I'm not dead. Not anymore. The congregation erupted in chaos, chairs scraping as aunts and uncles rose, faces paling under the stained glass glow that painted the aisle in fractured rainbows. Emily's hand flew to her mouth, her bouquet of white roses drooping like a flag of surrender, while Jordan's eyes, those familiar green depths that once promised eternal brotherhood, widened in disbelief. Alex, he choked, the word half prayer, half curse, as if invoking a specter from a nightmare he had tried to forget. Pastor Harlan, a stout man with a Bible clutched like a shield, stepped forward, his voice booming with false authority. This is a sacred moment, young man. If you're not invited, you have no place here. But Alex didn't flinch. He had rehearsed this in fever dreams for years. The white suit, a deliberate echo of Emily's gown, a symbol of purity stolen from him, now reclaimed as his armor. The fabric hugged his lean frame, tailored in a Chicago thrift shop by a drag queen named Ruby who had laughed, "Honey, crashed that wedding like you're the bride they never saw coming." Memories flooded Alex as he held his ground, pulling him back to that sweltering July night 5 years ago, when the Rivera family home in Milford, Ohio, a clapper Victorian on Elm Street, its porch swing creaking with ghosts of happier times, had become his tomb. He was 23 then, fresh from his first semester at Ohio State, buzzing with the electric thrill of self-discovery. In a cramped dorm room that smelled of ramen and rebellion, he had kissed Tyler, a lanky art major with freckles like constellations, and felt the world crack open. It was love, raw and uncharted, the kind that made colors brighter and fears dissolve. But secrets in small towns fester like untreated wounds. Tyler had posted a blurry photo on Instagram. Alex's arm slung around his waist, both grinning under string lights at campus Queer Alliance party. The tag read, "Finally found my muse." By dawn, Alex's phone exploded with notifications, his mother's wail echoing through the line before she even spoke. "What is this abomination? You've killed us all." The drive home was a blur of highway lines and nausea, the Ohio Turnpike stretching like a noose. Dad, stoic Harlan Rivera Sr., a factory foreman whose hands were calloused from welding dreams into steel, waited on the porch, face carved from granite. Mom, Elena, clutch a rosary, tears carving rivers down her powdered cheeks. Jordan, 25, and already engaged to Emily from church youth group, stood beside them, arms crossed, his silence the sharpest blade. "You're no son of mine," Dad had growled, voice low as thunder rolling in from Lake Erie. "We declare you dead. Don't come back until you fix this. Sickness." Mom had sobbed. "God can forgive me, Joe, but not this. Not us." Jordan had met his eyes once, a flicker of something. Regret? Fear, before looking away, whispering, "Just go, Alex. For the family." They burned his photos that night, or so the neighbors gossiped. Alex fled with a duffel bag and $200 scraped from odd jobs, hitchhiking to Columbus, then Cleveland, each mile a severing of roots. He crashed on couches in seedy motels, waitressed at diners where truckers leered, and woke screaming from nightmares of his family's obituary. Alexander Rivera, beloved son, taken too soon by unforeseen tragedy. It was a lie they spread to save face, a quiet erasure that allowed them to grieve publicly while he rotted in invisibility. In Cleveland, he found fragments of himself in the shadows of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, busking guitar on Public Square for spare change. That's where he met Marcus, a 30-year-old black activist with dreads that fell like waterfalls and eyes that saw through armor. Marcus ran a shelter for LGBTQ youth kicked out like trash, his laugh a bomb against the cold lake winds. "Kid, you're not dead," he'd said that first night, handing Alex a blanket and a hot cocoa spiked with whiskey. "You're just starting to live." Under Marcus's wing, Alex rebuilt. He got a job at a coffee shop called Brewed Awakening, slinging lattes to hipsters who tipped well for his wry smiles. Nights blurred into poetry slams at the Velvet Rope, a dive bar where queens and sequins and kings in leather recited verses of survival. There, amid cigarette haze and thumping bass, Alex kissed a boy named Liam under neon lights, soft, tentative, a spark that didn't burn out. But Liam ghosted after a month, chasing a record deal in LA, leaving Alex hollow, wondering if love was just another grave. Years chipped away at the rage, turning it to resolve. He transferred credits to community college in Chicago, earning an associate's in graphic design, his sketches of fractured families and defiant hearts selling at local markets. Marcus visited once, bear hugging him in the windy city streets. Proud of you, little bro, but don't let them win by forgetting where you came from. Alex nodded, but the scar throbbed. A letter from Jordan, forwarded through a mutual cousin, announcing the wedding. Emily and I would love for you to be there. As family. If you've changed. Changed. The word was a slap, implying his queerness was a phase to outgrow, like acne or a bad haircut. But Alex had changed. Not into their version of straight-laced salvation, but into a man who owned his truth. He bought the white suit on impulse. The sales clerk, a non-binary artist with blue hair, winking. This'll turn heads, darling. Make him remember why they mourned you. Now back in Milford, the air thick with judgment, Alex felt the weight of 5 lost years. Aunt Rosa gasped from the third pew, crossing herself furiously. Uncle Theo muttered, devil's work, loud enough to carry. Emily's bridesmaids clustered like hens, phones already snapping pics for the inevitable small-town scandal sheet. Jordan descended the altar steps, his face a mass cracking at the edges. Up close, Alex saw the lines etched by time. Worry wrinkles from the family auto shop struggling against big-box chains, the silver threading his temples. What the hell are you doing? Jordan hissed, grabbing Alex's arm, fingers digging in like anchors. This is my day. Our day. You can't just. I can. Alex interrupted, voice cracking but firm, pulling free. Because you invited a ghost, Jordan. And I'm here to prove I'm flesh and blood. Gay as the day I left, and twice as alive. The pastor cleared his throat, signaling the organist to resume, but the notes faltered, discordant. Elena Rivera, elegant in navy silk, rose slowly, her eyes, once warm chocolate pools, now shards of ice. Alexander, she said, the name a weapon, go. Please. For Emily's sake. But Alex's gaze shifted past her to the back row, where a figure lingered in the shadows. Dad, Harlan Sr., his broad shoulders slumped, face hidden under a trucker cap. For a split second, their eyes met, and Alex saw it. The flicker of a father glimpsing his lost boy, not the monster they had conjured. No, Mom, Alex said softly, the hook of his resolve sinking deeper. I'm here for all of us. Because love doesn't die. It just waits to be resurrected. The church held its breath as Jordan wavered, the ring on his finger glinting like a question mark. Outside, thunder rumbled distant over the fields, promising rain or release. Alex stood tall in his white suit, a phoenix in linen, ready to burn it all down for one chance at mending what prejudice had torn asunder. The wedding wasn't ruined yet. It was only beginning. Jordan's grip tightened on Alex's sleeve, the fine wool bunching under his knuckles, as if holding on could stitch the years apart. This isn't the time, he pleaded, voice a urgent whisper amid the rising whispers of the crowd. Emily's family is here. Her dad's the mayor, for Christ's sake. You show up like this in that. His eyes raked over the white suit, confusion mingling with a buried ache. Emily hovered behind, her gown whispering against the carpeted floor, hand extended tentatively. Jordan? What's happening? Alex's throat tightened, the air heavy with the ghosts of their shared past. Lazy afternoons fixing carburetors in Dad's garage, the Rivera brothers against the world, grease-streaked and invincible. It's exactly the time, Alex replied, his voice gaining steel. You sent that letter, Jordan. Come home. Well, here I am, alive, and I brought my whole self. The organist, bless her hesitant soul, struck up the recessional anyway, a tentative Pachelbel's canon that clashed with the tension like oil on water. Guests shifted uncomfortably, some slipping out side doors to avoid the drama unfolding like a soap opera in God's house. Aunt Rosa cornered Mom, hissing in Spanish, Elena, control your prodigal son before he drags us all to hell. But Elena stood frozen, her rosary beads clicking like a metronome of regret. Dad finally rose, his boots thudding heavy on the wooden floor as he lumbered down the aisle. At 58, Harlan Sr. was a mountain weathered by time, his flannel shirt straining over a belly earned from too many beers after shifts at the steel mill. Enough, he barked, voice gravel from years of shouting over machinery. Boy, you got no right. Right. Alex whirled, hazel eyes flashing. You declared me dead, Dad. Throw me out like a bad chapter. But blood doesn't wash off that easy. The words hung, sharp as shrapnel, and for the first time, Dad's facade cracked. A twitch in his jaw, eyes darting to the floor where scuff marks from Alex's boyhood sneakers still lingered in memory. Jordan pulled Alex aside, into the vestibule where cool air from the open doors carried scents of hay and impending storm. Listen, I didn't mean. The letter was Mom's idea. She thought maybe you'd repented or something. Found Jesus, gotten straight. He winced at his own words, rubbing his neck. Shit, that sounds awful. But Alex, the family's barely holding on. The shop's underwater, Mom's blood pressure. And that makes it okay to erase me? Alex's voice broke, the vulnerability slipping through like light under a door. He leaned against the stone wall, the white suit suddenly feeling too pristine, too exposed. I spent years thinking you all hated me, that I was the cancer you cut out to survive. Jordan's face crumpled, the groom's boutonniere wilting against his lapel. I never hated you. I was scared of losing you for good, or Dad disowning us both. Emily, she's the stable one, the one who fits. He glanced back at the sanctuary, where Emily stood flanked by her sorority sisters, confusion etching her soft features. They had met in high school Bible study, her blonde waves and gentle laugh a balm to Jordan's anxieties. Their courtship was scripted, chaperone dates, purity rings exchanged under oak trees. But now, with Alex's arrival, cracks spiderwebbed through the perfection. Fits what? Alex pressed, stepping closer. Their narrow little box. Jordan, remember the summer we turned 16? We swore we'd always have each other's backs. Against Dad's temper, Mom's guilt trips, the whole damn town calling us wetbacks behind our backs. Their parents had immigrated from Mexico in the 80s, chasing the American dream in Milford's Rust Belt embrace, only to find prejudice layered thicker than the snowdrifts. Jordan nodded, throat working. I remember. But life, it pulls you under. He paused, eyes searching Alex's face. Chicago suits you. You look good, strong. It's the city, Alex said wryly, though his heart twisted. Big shoulders like the song says. And people who don't make you choose between love and family. He thought of Marcus, who had become the brother Jordan couldn't, teaching him to march in pride parades, his chance a lifeline. We're here, we're queer, get used to it. And Liam's ghost, the one that lingered in playlists of indie folk and half-written love letters. A bridesmaid poked her head out. Jordan? Photos? The photographer's waiting. Emily's voice followed, tentative. Is everything okay? Jordan hesitated, then sighed. Stay for the reception. At the hall. We could talk. Please. Alex searched his brother's eyes, seeing the boy who had once shared secrets under blanket forts. Only if you mean it. No more ghosts. As Jordan nodded and retreated, Alex slipped outside, the church lawn a tableau of stunned relatives nursing champagne flutes under white tents. The sky had bruised to indigo, first fat raindrops pattering like accusations. He lit a cigarette, bad habit picked up in Cleveland bars, inhaling deep, the smoke curling like unspoken apologies. Across the field, Milford unfurled, the grain elevator silhouetted against fading light, Main Street's neon diner sign flickering, Rivera's Auto, open 24/7, a lie since the recession bit hard. Alex had checked Google Maps obsessively during the drive, tracing the veins of his old life. The house on Elm still stood, yellow siding peeling like old skin. His phone buzzed, a text from Ruby. Break a leg, white knight. Call if you need backup. Or bail money. Kiss mark. He smiled faintly, thumbs hovering over a reply. Then another buzz. Marcus. Heard about the wedding crash. Channel that fire, kid. Love you like family. Tears pricked, unbidden. Family. The word was a double-edged sword. The reception hall loomed a mile away, the old Grange building decked in fairy lights and tulle. Alex stubbed out the smoke, straightening his jacket. He wouldn't hide in the shadows tonight. He was done with declarations of death. Inside, the hall buzzed with forced merriment, round tables laden with sheet cakes and punch bowls spiked with southern comfort. Emily's side dominated, politicians in khakis, church ladies in pearls, while Rivera's clustered defensively, Dad holding court with tales of better days. Alex entered through the side door, white suit drawing stares like moths to flame. A cousin, little Sophia, now 19 and home from college, spotted him first. Theo Alex? Oh my God, you're alive. He hugged her fierce, inhaling the vanilla of her perfume. Very much so, Mija. Missed you. Word spread. And soon Mom approached, her heels clicking like judgments. You look thin, she said, not quite meeting his eyes. Chicago no good for eating? It's good for living, Alex replied gently. Mom, not now. She cut in, voice brittle. Dance with your cousin. Act normal. Normal. The word was acid on his tongue. He obliged, twirling Sophia to an old Motown track, her laughter a brief oasis. Jordan cut in midway, Emily on his arm, her smile polite but strained. Alex, this is Emily. Officially. She extended a hand, cool and manicured. I've heard stories, but it's nice to meet the real you. Likewise, Alex said, clasping it. Congrats. You make him happy. She glanced at Jordan, love softening her edges. Every day, the DJ switched to a slow ballad, at last, and couples paired off. Alex watched Jordan lead Emily to the floor, their bodies sinking in practiced grace. Envy twisted in him, not for her, but for the ease of their world, unmarred by exile. Then, a hand on his shoulder. Dad, walk with me. Outside, rain slicked the parking lot, taillights blurring in the downpour. They stood under the awning, Dad lighting a cigar, the flame illuminating lines of regret. You always were the stubborn one, he grunted. Like your abuelito. And you the hard ass. Alex shot back, then softened. Why, Dad? Why declare me dead? Harlan exhaled smoke, eyes on the horizon. Fear for you. This town, it chews up different. Thought sending you away would protect you. But I lost my boy instead. The admission hung, raw and real. Alex's chest ached, years of resentment cracking. I needed you to fight for me, not against me. Dad nodded slow. Maybe I can start now. Thunder rolled, sealing the moment. Back inside, the night wore on, toast laced with subtext, cake sliced with tense precision. Alex caught Jordan's eye across the room, a nod exchanged, fragile as new ice. The white suit, once a weapon, now felt like a bridge. As midnight neared, Alex slipped away, rain soaking him to the bone. In his rental car, he gripped the wheel, heart pounding with possibility. The road home, or to a new one, stretched ahead, paved with forgiveness yet to be earned. The rain hammered the windshield like a relentless interrogation as Alex sped toward the motel on the edge of Milford, a neon vacancy, sign flickering like a hesitant heartbeat. His white suit clung damp to his skin, a second skin of vulnerability, but the conversation with Dad replayed in loops, gruff admissions wrapped in cigar smoke, the first crack in the fortress of denial. Could be real, or just wedding night sentimentality, Evaporated by morning coffee? He checked in under a false name. Old habit from Cleveland days. The clerk, a bored 20-something with tattoos, snaking up her arms, barely glancing up. Room 12. No pets, no drama. Alex smirked inwardly. Drama was his middle name tonight. The room smelled of stale Lysol and regret. Bedspread, a faded floral that screamed 80s kitsch. He stripped the suit, hanging it carefully, then sank into a scalding shower, steam fogging the mirror where his reflection stared back. Hazel eyes shadowed, jaw set in quiet defiance. Sleep evaded him, chased by dreams of Jordan's wedding morphing into his own funeral. Black veils, eulogies decrying unnatural choices, Mom placing a lily on a closed casket while he pounded from inside, voiceless. He jolted awake at 3 a.m., heart racing, and scrolled his phone for anchors. Ruby's text, "Spill, darling. Did you slay?" He typed back, "Slayed and survived. Kinda. Marcus, call tomorrow. We'll dissect." And then, buried in notifications, a voicemail from an unknown Chicago number. "Alex, it's Liam. Saw your post about the wedding, Ruby's big mouth. Sounds intense. Miss you. Call if you want." Liam, the ghost with the freckles, who had vanished like smoke after their whirlwind month of rooftop picnics and whispered futures. Alex's thumb hovered, then hit play again, Liam's voice a warm baritone, threading through the loneliness. They had met at a design workshop, Liam's sketches of urban queer icons mirroring Alex's own fractured portraits. Their first kiss under Millennium Park's bean sculpture had tasted of hot dogs and possibility, salty, sweet, infinite. But Liam's ambition pulled him west, and Alex, still raw from family wounds, let him go without a fight. "Come visit," Liam had said at the airport, hugging tight. "We'll make LA our stage." Alex hadn't. Fear of more loss had rooted him in Chicago, building walls higher than the Willis Tower. Now, in this anonymous room, he dialed. It rang twice before Liam answered, voice husky with sleep. "Alex? Holy shit, it's really you." "Yeah." Alex breathed, sinking to the carpet. "Really me. Crashing weddings in white suits. The usual." Liam laughed, that rich sound that once unraveled Alex's defenses. "Ruby, fill me in. Ball's a move. How'd it go?" "Like a grenade in a confessional. Dad talked to me. Actually talked." Alex paused, the weight lifting slightly in sharing. "But it's fragile. Like one wrong word and poof, back to dead." "You're not dead," Liam said firmly. "You're the guy who designs posters for AIDS walks and volunteers at the shelter. Remember that mural we painted on Halstead? Love wins in rainbow script. That's you." Tears welled, hot and unexpected. "Missed this. Missed you." A beat of silence, charged. "Missed you more. Look, I'm in San Francisco now. Tech gig fell through, but I'm freelancing. Designing apps for queer nonprofits. What if I came out there? To Ohio. Back up for round 2. Alex's pulse quickened, the offer a lifeline tossed into turbulent waters. "You serious?" "Dead serious. Flight's cheap. Be there by tomorrow night." They talked until dawn crept in, reminiscing about stolen weekends in Wicker Park cafes, Liam's guitar strums lulling Alex to dreams of tangled sheets. When he hung up, the room felt less like exile, more like a way station. Morning brought a text from Jordan. "Breakfast? Family meeting at the house. 9 a.m., don't ghost us." Alex stared at it, stomach nodding. The house on Elm, the one that haunted his sketches, its porch swing a pendulum of what-ifs. He donned jeans and a button-down, leaving the suit behind like shed skin, and drove the familiar route. Milford stirred slow, farmers in pickups hauling hay, the diner slinging hash to shift workers. The Rivera home loomed, unchanged, yellow siding flaking, Mom's blooming defiant in window boxes. Mom answered the door, apron dusted with flour, eyes wary but softer. "Come in." Pancakes. The kitchen was a time capsule. 4 mica counters scarred from knife fights with onions, the crucifix over the sink gazing down. Dad nursed coffee at the table, Jordan beside him in yesterday's shirt, Emily across, her hair pulled back practical. No one spoke at first, forks scraping plates in symphony of awkwardness. Jordan broke it. "Thanks for staying. Last night. It was a lot." Understatement. Emily added, her smile tentative. "But Jordan's right. We're glad you're here." "Really?" Alex nodded, syrup sticking in his throat. "Me too, though I half expected pitchforks." Dad grunted. "Family's family. Messy but blood." He set down his mug, calluses tapping rhythm. "Heard you design now. Good money." "Enough," Alex said. "And it matters. Telling stories no one else will." Mom interjected, voice small. "We were wrong, me, Joe. Scared. The church, the town, they said it was a choice. A sin." "It is a choice," Alex said gently, meeting her gaze. "To love who I love. Fiercely. Without apology." Emily leaned in. "Tell us about Chicago." Jordan says nothing. So he did. Halting at first, then flowing. The pride floats glittering like urban auroras, the shelter kids with eyes too old for their faces, Marcus's barbecues where laughter drowned out pain. He skipped Liam, that number 2 new to fan. Jordan listened, rapt. "Sounds free. Here it's suffocating sometimes." Emily squeezed his hand. "We're making changes. Starting a youth group at church, inclusive. No more hiding." The admission hung hopeful, a seed in cracked soil. Dad, clear his throat. "Shop could use a sign. Your design." Alex blinked. "Yeah, I like that." As plates cleared, Mom pulled him aside in the pantry, shelves stocked with canned chilies from her garden. "Forgive me," she whispered, tears glistening. "Not yet," Alex said honestly. hugging her. But I'm trying. Like you. The morning stretched into afternoon, weeding the garden together. Hands in dirt, stories unearthed like buried treasures. Jordan shared shop woes, Emily her dreams of teaching art to at-risk kids. For hours, the house breathed easier, laughter punctuating old wounds. But as sun dipped, Alex's phone buzzed. Liam's flight confirmation. Landing 7 p.m. See you at the airport. Heart soaring, Alex excused himself. Got a friend coming in. From Chicago. Jordan raised a brow. Boyfriend. Alex grinned. First real one in days. Maybe. Jury's out. Driving to Columbus Airport. Fields blurred gold. Alex's mind raced. Liam emerged from baggage claim. Duffel slung over shoulder. Freckles brighter under fluorescent lights. He pulled Alex into a hug that smelled of airport pretzels and home. Miss that face, Liam murmured, lips brushing temple. They drove back in companionable silence, hands linked over the console. At the motel, barriers crumbled, kisses hungry, bodies rediscovering rhythms lost to time. Liam traced the white suit draped over a chair. Iconic. Wear it for our wedding someday. Alex laughed, breathless. Slow down, Muse. But yeah, someday. Night deepened, rain easing to mist. Entangled sheets, Alex whispered fears of relapse of Milford's claws. Liam held him close. We'll face it, together. Your family's gaining a son. I'm just a bonus. Dawn painted the room rose, promise in the light. Alex woke to Liam's sketchpad open, a quick line drawing. Two figures in white suits, hands entwined under a church steeple. Our story, Liam said, unwritten yet. Outside, Milford waited, not conquered but approachable. Alex dressed, resolve renewed. The wedding crash had ignited a fire. Now, with Liam's hand in his, it burned steady, illuminating paths to healing. The next day dawned crisp. Leaves skittering across Elm Street like conspirators as Alex and Liam stepped out of the motel, coffees in hand. The white suit folded neatly in Liam's bag like a talisman. Milford's rhythm pulsed slow, tractors rumbling to fields, kids on bikes dodging potholes. But for Alex, every corner hummed with reinvention. Ready for the grand tour? He asked, voice light despite the undercurrent of nerves. Liam grinned, his freckles dancing. Lead on, tour guide. Show me the town that tried to kill you. They started at the diner, Bessie's Brew, where four Micah Boos cradled memories of post-church brunches, Jordan stealing Alex's fries. The waitress, Gladys, gray-streaked hair pinned back, eyes sharp as tacks, did a double take. Alexander Rivera? Back from the grave, I see. Her tone held no malice, just the blunt affection of small-town survivors. Very much alive, Alex replied, sliding into a booth. 2 eggs over easy, bacon crisp, and coffee black. As Gladys is shuffled off, Liam leaned in. Grave? She knows. Word travels, Alex said wryly. By noon, the whole county'll know I brought a man home. Liam's eyes sparkled mischief. Scandalous. I like it. Over breakfast, Alex traced the diner's jukebox, selecting an old Patsy Cline track that warbled crazy in tinny echo. This place was our escape. Jordan and I, plotting world domination between milkshakes. Liam nodded, absorbing. He seems solid. Emily too. Think they'll come around fully? Hope so. Alex paused, fork midway. Last night, talking to Dad. It felt like cracking a safe. What's inside might be rusted, but it's there. They wandered next to the auto shop, Rivera's Repairs. A squat brick building with bays open to the October chill, tools clanging like distant bells. Jordan emerged grease-smeared, wiping hands on a rag. Hey, brought company. Jordan, meet Liam. Designer extraordinaire. Liam, my brother. The one who almost got away with marrying without me. Handshakes exchanged, easy despite the newness. Heard you crashed in style, Jordan said, clapping Alex's shoulder. Town's buzzing. Dad's even smiling. Inside, Dad hunched over an invoice, but looked up, appraising Liam with a grunt. Artist, like my boy. It wasn't effusive, but from Harlan Sr. it was gospel. Liam charmed them effortlessly, sketching a quick logo tweak on a napkin. Sleek gears intertwined with a rainbow arc, subtle nod to pride. For the new sign, inclusive vibes. Dad peered, nodding slow. Not bad. Might work. As they left, Jordan pulled Alex aside. He's good for you. Eyes light up. Haven't seen that since. Well, you. Alex flushed. Yeah, feels right. Afternoon led to the high school football field. Bleachers empty now, goalposts stark against the sky. Prom night, Alex said, settling on the turf, Liam beside. I took Sarah Jenkins. Fake date. Danced with Jordan half the night to cover. Liam chuckled. Cover boy. Bet you were stunning. Stiff as a board. Alex leaned back, grass cool under palms. Here, being gay was like a death sentence. Whispers, slurs. One kid, Tommy, got beat so bad he moved away. Liam's hand found his, squeezing. Not anymore. Not with us. Dusk fell as they reached the riverfront park, the Cuyahoga's lazy bend mirroring the town's undercurrents. They sat on a bench, Liam's head on Alex's shoulder, sharing a thermos of spiked cider smuggled from the motel. Tell me the hard parts, Liam prompted softly. The nights you almost broke. Alex exhaled, words tumbling. The first pride alone, rain-soaked and weeping. The hookup that turned sour, leaving bruises and shame. Marcus pulling him from a ledge, literal and figurative. Felt like I was proving them right, unlovable. You're the most lovable fool I know, Liam murmured, turning to kiss him slow, River lapping approval. Night cloaked them as they returned to the house for dinner. Mom's tamales steaming on the table. Emily contributing a salad with tentative flair. Tension simmered, Mom's eyes flicking to their joined hands, Dad's silence heavy, but conversation flowed. Emily's art class dreams, Jordan's expansion plans, Liam's San Fran tales of tech bros gone woke. After, in the living room, old photo albums surfaced, Mom's doing. Pages turned to boyhood shots. Alex and Jordan in Little League, gap-toothed grins. Family vacations to Cedar Point. Ferris wheels, framing joy. You were always the dreamer, Mom said, finger tracing a pic of toddler Alex in a cape, saving the world. Still am, Alex replied, throat tight. Liam squeezed his knee under the Afghan. As plates cleared, thunder rumbled again, omen or echo. Dad cleared his throat. Church tomorrow. Pastor wants a meet. Clear the air. Alex tensed. About us. You. All of it. Dad's eyes held steady. No more declaring dead. The group murmured assent, fragile pact forming. Liam stayed over, crashing on the couch. Mom's insistence, no sitting under my roof, but slipped into Alex's old room later, whispers and touches quiet as prayers. Morning brought church, the same steeple now ally instead of adversary. Pastor Harlan, cousin of Dad, irony, thick, greeted them at the door, hand extended. Welcome back, Alex. And friend. The service washed over. Hymns of redemption, sermon on prodigal sons. Alex sat between Jordan and Liam, Mom's hand brushing his, a bridge tentative. Communion passed, bread and wine, symbols of body broken and blood shed, and for once, Alex partook without bitterness, the wafer dissolving like grudges. After, in the fellowship hall, coffee and donuts circulated. Whispers lingered, but so did welcomes. Sophia hugging Liam, Aunt Rosa offering biscuititos with a gruff, "Don't be stranger." Yet undercurrents stirred. Tommy's mom, Evelyn, cornered Alex by the punch bowl. Heard you cause a stir at the wedding. Tommy, he asks about you. Lives in Akron now, with his partner. Says you were brave. Alex's heart swelled. Tell him hi, and thanks. As they filed out, Pastor Harlan pulled Dad aside, voices low. Alex caught fragments. Time's changing. Lose the old guard. Dad nodded, face set. Lunch at home stretched lazy, board games unearthed. Monopoly, fittingly properties traded like allegiances. Laughter bubbled genuine, Liam's impressions of California surfers drawing guffaws. But as evening loomed, Jordan pulled Alex onto the porch swing, creak familiar. Emily and I, we're thinking honeymoon in Mexico. Mom's roots. You and Liam want to join? Make it a family thing. Alex blinked, swaying. You serious? Yeah, bridge the gaps. Jordan paused. I was wrong, bro. Should have fought harder. You did now, Alex said, clapping his back. That's enough. Night fell soft, stars pricking the sky like promises. In bed, Liam traced Alex's scars, invisible ones, etched in ink from a Chicago tattoo parlor, resurrected in elegant script along his rib. This town's growing on me, Liam whispered. On us. Me too. Alex kissed him deep, bodies aligning like puzzle pieces long separated. Outside, crickets chorused approval, the river murmuring secrets of endurance. But dawn brought a shadow, a call from the shop. Jordan's voice urgent. Vandals. Slurs on the wall. Fag family. Tied to your return. Alex's blood iced. The progress, fragile as eggshell, threatened shatter. Liam dressed quick, eyes fierce. We face it. Together. Driving to the shop, Milford's facade cracked, revealing the rot beneath. Graffiti snarled red. Go back to hell, queer. Dad stood, arms crossed, fury etched. Kids, probably. Or cowards hiding. Alex's fists clenched. My fault. No, Dad growled. Their hate. But we clean it. Stronger. They scrub side by side. Family, Liam included. Paint flaking under elbows, bonds forging in suds. By noon, the wall gleamed fresh, Liam's design stenciled bold. A phoenix rising, wings spanning wide. The act bound them tighter, prejudices bite drawing blood that healed communal. As sun climbed, Alex felt it. Roots regrowing, not in soil of shame, but fertile ground of acceptance. The phoenix on the shop wall dried under a reluctant sun, its wings a defiant arc against the brick, symbolizing not just rebirth, but the collective resolve that had scrubbed away the hate. Alex stepped back, paint-flecked hands on hips, surveying the work with Liam at his side, their fingers brushing in silent solidarity. Jordan high-fived Dad, a rare grin splitting his face, while Mom arrived with sandwiches wrapped in wax paper, her eyes lingering on the mural with quiet approval. Beautiful Mijo, like you. The vandalism had sliced through the budding piece like a knife through cake, exposing Milford's underbelly. The whispers that festered in barbershops and back pews, the old guard clinging to doctrines of exclusion. But in the scrubbing, something shifted. Neighbors trickled by, not with pitchforks, but curiosity. Old Mr. Hardrow from the feed store nodded gruffly. Heard what happened? Damn shame. Nice work, though. Liam wiped sweat from his brow, freckles stark against flushed skin. Small towns, big teeth. But you all bit back. Dad grunted assent, unwrapping a ham on rye. Rivera's don't fold. It was the closest to pride Alex had heard from him in years, and it landed like manna. Afternoon brought a town council meeting. Emily's dad, Mayor Wilkins, had called an emergency, ostensibly for pothole funding, but laced with subtext. The family attended en masse, Alex and Liam in the back row of the community center, folding chairs scraping on linoleum. Air thick with coffee breath and agendas, Wilkins, a portly man with a comb-over and handshake like a vice, cleared his throat at the podium. Recent events, he began, eyes sliding to Alex, have stirred concerns. Our values under siege. Murmurs rippled, a faction of church ladies nodding fervent, their pearls clacking like rosaries. Pastor Harlan stood next. Tolerance is one thing, but we must protect our youth from influences. Alex's jaw tightened, hand finding Liam's under the armrest. Jordan rose halfway, but Emily tugged him down, whispering fierce. Then Dad lumbered up, uninvited, voice booming. Enough bullshit. My son, both my sons, are Milford-born. That graffiti? Coward's work. We clean, we build. Who's with us? Silence. Then applause, scattered at first, swelling as farmers and shopkeepers joined. Sophia, Alex's cousin, piped up. I'm queer too, and proud. This town's bigger than hate. The room exhaled, Wilkins backpedaling into budget talk. Outside, as stars wheeled overhead, Jordan slapped Dad's back. Hero move, Pop. Harlan shrugged. Family first. That night, over beers on the porch, Mom allowing one for celebration, stories flowed freer. Dad recounted immigrating, the border crossing under moonless skies, hands raw from barbed wire. Fear for you boys the same way. America promises much, delivers conditional. Liam shared his own. Rural Pennsylvania, coming out in a household of hunters, shotgun jokes masking fear. Dad disowned me too, but I found my pack. Alex listened, heart full, the swing, creaking rhythm. To second chances, he toasted cans clinking. Days blurred into a tentative rhythm. Mornings at the shop, Alex sketching flyers for an upcoming county fair booth, Rivera's, honoring all repairs. Afternoons with Liam exploring hidden gems, like the abandoned quarry turned swimming hole, water cool and clear. They skinny dipped once, laughter echoing off rocks, bodies buoyant in more than liquid. Evenings gathered family. Emily teaching Liam pottery in her garage studio, clay-smeared hands shaping vessels from chaos. Mom and Alex cooking pozole, her recipes whispered like confessions, child's burning tongues and barriers alike. But undercurrents tugged. A call from Chicago. Marcus, voice-edged. Pride planning. Need your designs. But kid, don't lose yourself out there. I'm finding more, Alex assured, though doubt nipped. Was this forgiveness genuine, or pity's mask? Liam sensed it, that night in bed, bodies spent and tangled. Talk to me. What if it's temporary? Alex murmured into his shoulder. Wedding glow fades, vandals return. Then we fight, or leave, but together. Liam's fingers traced his spine. You're not alone anymore. The quarry memory lingered, vulnerabilities echo, as Saturday brought the fair. Booze hawking pies and tractors, Ferris wheel groaning skyward. The Rivera's man to stall, Alex's posters vibrant, drawing crowds. Sophia, sold pride pins beside, her boldness infectious. Then confrontation. A burly man in overalls, face ruddy, sneered at the mural reprint. Fairy crap, ruining our town. Dad stepped forward, calm as steel. By her brows, Harlan. Oh, watch your mouth round my kin. The man backed off, muttering, but eyes promised trouble. Alex's pulse raced, Liam's hand steadying. Night fell festive, fireworks blooming over fields. Under blankets on a hillock, Alex and Liam watched bursts mirror inner sparks. Love you, Liam said sudden, words simple as breath. Alex turned, hazel meeting brown. Love you back. For real. The admission anchored, fireworks fading to embers. Sunday church tested anew. Pastor Harlan announced a dialogue series on inclusion. Alex invited a panel. Nerves jangled, but Liam rehearsed with him, lines sharp as wit. The service swelled. Pews packed, curious, hostile, hopeful. Panel after, Alex spoke raw. I was declared dead for loving men, but love resurrects. It's a gospel I live. Questions flew, some barbed, isn't a choice? But Liam's presence grounded, his nod from the front row a beacon. Applause surprised, even from skeptics. Mom wept openly, Dad's arm around her. Post-service brunch at the hall, quiches and quibbles, but progress palpable. Evelyn, Tommy's mom, hugged Alex. He'd be proud, coming for a visit soon. As they drove home, Liam quipped, you're a rock star. My queer prophet. Alex laughed free. Our story's just starting. Yet evening shadowed. Another call, this from an old Cleveland contact. Heard about Milford. Watch your back. Rumors of a protest group forming. Chills settled. Liam pulled him close. We got this. Phoenixes don't burn alone. In the quiet, Alex sketched. A family tree, branches entwining diverse leaves, roots deep in contested soil. The vandalism had been a spark. Now, flames tempered to forge. Monday dawned resolute. Town hall meeting to address hate crimes. Alex volunteering testimony. The chamber buzzed, Wilkins presiding, uneasy. Voices rose, victim stories, allies' pledges. Alex spoke last, voice steady. Hate declares us dead, but we rise, in white suits, in love, in community. Thunderous approval, Wilkins tabling a resolution for education programs. Outside, rain pattered gentle, washing clean. Liam kissed him under the awning. Proud doesn't cover it. Home, family dinner celebrated. Toast to resilience, mom's flan gleaming. Jordan pulled Alex aside later. Emily and I, we're expecting. Your niece or nephew. Joy burst, hugs fierce. Uncle Alex has a ring. As night deepened, Liam and Alex walked the river, hands linked. Stay, Alex asked soft. Build here. Liam nodded. With you? Anywhere. The river whispered yes, currents carrying forward. The news of the baby rippled through the Rivera home like a gentle current, softening edges and illuminating futures in the warm glow of the kitchen pendant light. Emily's announcement came over Pozole, steam rising like prayers answered, her hand on a still flat belly as Jordan beamed, pride swelling his chest. Due next summer, he said, voice thick. Thought you want to know first, Alex. Before the world. Alex's heart stuttered, a mix of aunt-uncle joy and poignant ache. The child a symbol of continuity he had once been denied. I'm in, he said, rising to hug Emily fierce, her laughter muffled against his shoulder. Spoil them rotten. Teach him to crash weddings in style. Mom crossed herself, tears of a well of delight. A grandbaby. Dios mío. Dad clapped Jordan's back, gruff. Good work, son. But his eyes found Alex's, a silent inclusion. Both sons' fathers in their way. Liam raised his glass, sparkling cider for Emily, to new beginnings, and old ones renewed. The evening wove, cozy, board games again, charades drawing belly laughs as Liam mimed a phoenix with exaggerated flaps, Alex collapsing in giggles. But beneath the protest group's shadow loomed, whispers from the meeting filtering through town like smoke. Tuesday brought confrontation raw. Alex and Liam volunteered at the shelter, repurposed Old Mill, now Haven House for LGBTQ runaways. Mark is flying in for a training seminar on trauma response. His hug enveloped Alex like a fortress. Look at you, small-town savior. Beard suits you. Blame Liam, Alex quipped, but pride warmed. They led a session for the kids, teens with haunted eyes, stories echoing his own. Dad said I was possessed. Marcus's baritone grounded. You're not broken. You're chosen for a fiercer love. After, over pizza in the community room, Marcus eyed them serious. Heard about the vandals. Town hall wind's good, but watch flanks. Hate organizes quiet. Liam nodded, arm around Alex. We're ready. Mural's our shield. Driving back, Marcus in the passenger seat, Alex felt the weight. Think I can stay? Really? Marcus turned, dread swaying. If it feeds your soul, yes. But if it starves, Chicago waits. The crossroads nagged, but Liam's hand on his thigh steadied. Wednesday escalated, flyers plastered on poles, stop the agenda, protect our children, signed by concerned citizens, Pastor Harlan's dissenters splintering off. Alex found one on the shop door, ripping it furious. Dad watched calm. Let him yap. Action speak. But action came swift. A rally announced for Saturday, fairgrounds, reclaim values. Wilkins hemmed, but Jordan rallied allies, farmers, teachers, forming a counterpresence. Unity walk. Alex designed the banners. Intertwined hands in diverse hues, slogan, love thy neighbor, all of them. Printing at the library, locals pitched in, Sophia, inking teas. Liam's support anchored. Nights of strategy sessions on the porch, starlit maps of the fairgrounds. You're leading this, he said, kissing Alex's temple. My hero. Thursday, family council. Mom fretted rosaries, Emily practical with water stations. Dad, we stand together. Jordan, no backing down. Friday Eve, vigil at church. Candles flickering for victims, songs soft. Amazing Grace reimagined queer. Alex spoke impromptu. Grace isn't conditional. It's the white suit we wear into the storm. Voices joined, harmony rising. Saturday dawn tense, sky overcast, mirroring moods. Fairgrounds churned, protesters in red caps, signs Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, chants rhythmic ugly. Counterwalkers gathered opposite, banners waving, numbers swelling. Sophia's college friends, Evelyn with Tommy, Nowd and Burley, hugging Alex. Brother in arms. Liam stuck close, camera documenting for a blog. Milford's reckoning. Marcus chanted beside, voice thunder. As noon peaked, lines faced off, tension crackling like static. A protester hurled a bottle, glass shattering near Dad's feet, shards glinting. Gasps, shoves, a scuffle erupted, fists flying. Alex dove in, pulling a kid, protester's son, maybe 16, wide-eyed, back from the fray. Hey, enough. The boy froze, face crumpling. They say you're poison. And they're wrong. Alex said gentle, hand on shoulder. See for yourself. Jordan waited too, shielding Emily, who filmed calm. Pastor Harlan crossed lines, megaphone in hand. This isn't faith. It's fear. Join us in love. Slowly, fractures formed, protesters peeling, some lingering curious. The boy Nate stayed, whispering, like you, scared. Alex nodded. Me too once. But there's a place. With us. As sun broke clouds, chants merged. Unity over division. Police dispersed remnants peaceful. Wilkins announcing dialogue committee. Exhaustion settled post-rally, but victory sweet. At the house, barbecue sizzled. Carnitas from Mom's recipe, beers flowing. Tommy regaled tales of Akron life. His partner Javier, charming with guitar strums. Sophia flirted shameless with a walk volunteer, sparks flying. Liam pulled Alex to the yard's edge, fireflies dancing. You changed lives today. That kid, Nate, Alex said. We'll get him help. Pride swelled, kisses deepening under oaks. You're my anchor, Alex murmured. Into the storm I chase, Liam replied. Night waned celebratory, toasts endless. Dad cornered Alex by the grill. Proud, son. Truly. The words unlocked floods. Hug tight. Unspoken absolutions. Sunday brought quiet. Church fuller. Sermon on reconciliation. Nate appeared hesitant. Mom seating him beside. Communion past symbolic, bread shared across aisles. Afternoon, Liam and Alex hiked the quarry trail, waters below, sapphire. Propose. Liam joked, skipping stones. Alex knelt dramatic, pebble in hand. Marry me? Here now. Liam laughed, pulling him up. Soon. Proper. White suits optional. Hearts light, they swam, world vast. Monday shop bustled. New clients, mural selfies viral. Marcus departed, hug lingering. Home now, wherever that is. It was Milford, reshaped. But evening tested. Nate's dad confronted at the diner, voice slurred. You poison my boy. Alex stood firm, Liam back up. Love doesn't poison. Hiding does. Words diffused, man slumping. Help me understand. Seeds planted. Weeks wove, baby showers planned, designs for haven expansion. Liam freelance remote, roots sinking. One night, under blankets, Alex whispered, this is us. Whole. Liam's yes sealed it. Love's declaration eternal. Autumn deepened into November's embrace. Milford's leaves a carpet of crimson and gold underfoot, mirroring the slow burn of transformation in the Rivera clan. The Unity Walk had etched lines in the sand. Some washed away, others hardened into foundations. And Nate's tentative visits to Haven House became weekly rituals, his sketches joining Alex's on the walls, raw strokes of confusion yielding to color. His dad, Buck, attended a PFLAG meeting grudging, but showed, beer in hand, questions halting, how do I fix this? You listen, Alex advised over coffee at Bessie's. Liam sketching idly on napkins. That's the start. Buck nodded, eyes shadowed. Feels like losing him. Feels like gaining. Alex countered soft. A son, not a shadow. The advice echoed his own healing, layers peeling like old paint. Mom dove into Abuela prep, knitting booties and rainbow yarn, subtle rebellion. While Emily's belly rounded, ultrasounds shared like treasures. Boy, she announced one Sunday, Jordan whooping. Naming him Mateo, after Grandpa. Alex's throat tightened. Perfect. Design work flourished. Alex's freelance bloomed. Commissions from Cleveland nonprofits, even a mural for the county courthouse. Justice for all, figures diverse in archway embrace. Liam collaborated, their styles meshing like lives, his fluid lines softening Alex's bold edges. Winter hinted with first frost, family Thanksgiving a feast of reconciliation, table groaning under turkey and tamales, Tommy and Javier adding mole from their Akron kitchen experiments. Dad carved, knife steady, passing plates with grunts that pass for grace. Toast circled, Jordans to brothers reunited, Emily's to new life amid old. Mom's tearful gracias, Dios por segundas oportunidades. Alex rose last, glass lifted. To love that declares us alive. No more graves. Cheers thundered, Liam's eyes shining across the cloth. Post-feast, yard football devolved to snow flurries, laughter steaming breath clouds. Nate joined shy, Buck watching from porch, a nod exchange with Dad. Old guards forging truce. Christmas loomed magical. Shop strung lights. Alex and Liam decorating the tree on elm, ornaments heavy with history. Jordan's lopsided star from kindergarten. Alex's guitar pick glued to felt. Mom hung a new one. 2 intertwined doves, silver and gold. For you boys, she said, kissing cheeks. Liam's family visited. His sister, queer and fierce, bonding instant with Sophia over eggnog. His dad, reformed through therapy, clapped Alex's back. Heard you crashed a wedding. Respect. The holiday blurred joy. Carols at church. Now inclusive choir belting, Oh Holy Night, with queer youth leads. Midnight Mass where Pastor Harlan preached Emmanuel. God with us. All of us. Alex knelt beside Liam, hand clasped. Faith reborn not in dogma, but belonging. New Year's Eve gathered at the Grange. Hall transformed fairy lit. Countdown a collective breath. As ball dropped. TV simulcast from Times Square. Kisses seal resolutions. Jordan and Emily's family first. Mom's open heart. Dad's quiet, no more regrets. Alex and Liam slipped outside at midnight. Fireworks popping over fields. Under stars crisp. Alex knelt proper this time. Ring box velvet. Simple band. Engraved resurrected together. Liam Hayes, muse of my chaos. Marry me? Build this life, white suits and all. Liam's yes choked, tears freezing on lashes. Yes, 1,000 times. Hugs engulfed upon return. Family, erupting cheers. Jordan bear hugged. Welcome, brother-in-law. Spring unfurled verdant. Mateo's arrival in April. Tiny fists waving like flags of hope. Alex held him first after parents. Uncle's arm steady. Liam cooing beside. Little Phoenix. Shop thrived. Haven expanded with grant money. Alex's proposal. Bridges, not walls. Nate thrived there, coming out to school, Buck attending his first pride, awkward in khakis but present. Summer wedding planning wove whimsy. Venue the Quarry Turnpark, arches of wildflowers. Suits white, of course. Alex's echoing that fateful crash, Liam's tailored fresh. Vows exchanged at sunset, river witness. In storms and calm, I choose you. Alive, unapologetic. Family-filled seats, Mom dabbing tears, Dad beaming gruff, Jordan best man with Mateo gurgling. Sophia, maid of honor, Tommy efficient. Ordained online, voice steady. By the power vested, I pronounce you bound in love's fierce grace. Reception danced till dawn. Jordan's toast to Gosu return, Emily's to loves that heal. Buck's halting to my boy and his heroes. As night deepened, Alex and Liam swayed slow till at last, bodies synced. "We made it," Alex whispered. "More than that," Liam replied. "We made meaning." Years spun, Mateo toddled, calling Tio Ollie, with lisp. Nate designed his own mural, coming out storybold. Shop evolved hybrid, electric repairs, green future. Haven chapters sprouted statewide, Alex and Liam consulting, road trips blending work and wonder. One anniversary, back at the church. Now a community hub, they renewed vows casual, white tees this time, family picnicking lawn. Dad, graying softer, pulled Alex aside. "Best decision, letting you crash." Alex hugged tight. Best, resurrection. In the end, the declaration of death proved fiction's cruelest. Love, the true, eternal. Alex Rivera, once erased, now etched indelible. In murals, marriages, the heartbeat of a town reborn. For in crashing that wedding, he hadn't just returned. He had revived them all, proving that the most human stories are those of hearts refusing silence, blooming defiant in the light of acceptance.